Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Sudesh, sir. ये कैमरा देखना अच्छे से। ये करना देख यार ये कुर्सी भी ऐसी एकदम नीचे है दो वाली ये क्या लगा हुआ है मेरा डिग्री डिग्री ये क्यों लगाया
हेलो सिद्धेश सर बता रहा आपको हेलो सुदेश सर हेलो एम ऑडिबल काइंडली अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ
अरे नहीं कर पा रहा है शायद से आपने
Yeah, okay. Hello. Can you hear me? Nahi? Yeah.
परफेक्टली सर वी कैन हियर यू
मेरा ऑडियो आ रहा है क्या?
यस सर
कैन कैन यू हियर मी? हेलो.
यस सर
नहीं नहीं, ऑडियो ऑडियो श्योर.
यस सर
बिकॉज इट्स मेरे को आई वाज हैविंग ट्रबल फॉर द लास्ट 2 days, इसलिए मैंने बोला. सो इज इट ओके नाउ? मतलब वी कैन ना, आई मीन इज इट ऑडिबल लाइक?
यस सर वी कैन हियर यू
देन इट्स ओके. ठीक है, ठीक है.
प्रॉपर्ली
ओके.
यस
चलो फिर हाँ ठीक है.
Good morning, everyone. I am Shushma Kendalkar and I welcome each and everyone for today's Sadgun Sang Meet, which is 246th virtual webinar on the topic Human Dynamics in Effective Teams, given by Professor Sudesh Sharma, followed by question and answer session. Agenda for the Sadgun Sang Meet. We'll have virtual inauguration by Dr. Sundar Kataria, invoking the blessing of deity, introduction of the speaker, presentation by the speaker, Professor Sudesh Sharma, question and answer session, followed by the closing session. About Sadgun Sang. Sadgun Sang conceived and led by Dr. Sundar Kataria, driven with a mission to elevate the quality, safety, and environmental awareness levels of industry. Sadgun Sang is a series of educative, informative events aiming to illuminate the professionals on possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy. Brief introduction of Dr. Sundar Kataria. He is a chairman and managing director at International Certification Services Private Limited. He has done mechanical engineer from AMIE, honorary doctorate into business management. Experience are into nuclear RLPP. He started his career in building India's first nuclear power plant at Rawat Bata, Kota, Rajasthan. Oil and gas EIL. He contributed in developing India's first oil and gas field at Bombay High since its inception. DNV. He was head of industry and offshore development with DNV for 2 decades. ICS. He's a founder of first Indian conformity assessment and inspection body known as International Certification Services Private Limited, which is a provider of a total quality solution under single umbrella with a wide spectrum of services. He has also achieved a lifetime award for NACE Corcon and also received several national and international awards. Now I request Dr. Kataria to virtually inaugurate today's session.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join us for the recitation of Gayatri Mantra. Introduction of the keynote speaker, Professor Sudesh Sharma. He is a senior scientist officer with DAE NPCIL for more than 30 years and a visiting professor at business schools. Currently, TQM consultant and MDP facilitator, corporate communication consultant to technical sectors. He has done BE in mechanical, PE in management, ISTD in training and development. His area of specialization is into quality management, environmental management, health and safety, training and development, corporate communication, nuclear energy, etc. Welcome you, sir, and over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning. I think I thought let's make the topic today is basically on teams, and somehow because of I think Janmashtami and Independence Day, this team is quite a small team. The team I see today hardly about 20 people. So I'm just wondering, is it really possible for you people to actually contribute, in answering a few initial questions?
Yes, sir.
Can you really? Yeah, because it's a small team, and if I start, delivering a kind of lecture on this topic, then even these 20 people might, log out one by one and go back to their celebrations. So, the first question that I ask people, the ones that you are here today, I'm in a small team which is present here. Can someone give me very truthfully his or her experience of working in a bad team? Two points which you found are prevalent in very bad teams where I mean I'm not elaborating it. There are good teams and there are bad teams, as you know. So in your life, in your profession, in your and you can talk about family teams also, right? For example, when you celebrate, when you go for a marriage event somewhere in your relationships or in your friends, right? So give me examples, just the 2 points or one point each of you, where the team was a very bitter and bad team. Either you experienced something or you observed something. Come on, let's start speaking. Um, uh, I mean, any initiative, any answer is a good answer. Please don't worry about the who can start this interaction. One of you has to start because this is a topic which really you won't enjoy unless you start speaking from your experience. It's about human dynamics. Yeah. Okay, please allow unmute. Okay, let's allow unmute, Sushma. Let people start speaking, no? Because this is highly interactive. And this topic has to be interactive. So please start speaking, I think we would love to have your views. What was your experience with a bad team?
Okay, so let me just summarize to first aspect that you asked about the bad team or the lacunas in the team. So that is where it is actually categorized by the the events where your opinions and your suggestions are not taken in account, and second importantly the work freedom. Okay, so that is something which is get hampered when you work on the daily basis. So this is a typical characteristics of your bad team.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I mean, you are Mr. Magar, huh? Yeah. Nivrit. Okay. Now, wonderful. So your opinion is not taken, right? Okay. Any other opinion of a bad
So,
team? Any other experience with a bad team? Because I think all of us have had experience with bad teams, All
yeah,
of
yeah.
us.
Sir, can I speak?
Yeah, please, all are welcome to speak. This topic, will be really very boring if you don't speak. Okay, there are two.
Well,
Yeah.
a bad team, as far as I know, a bad team is have doing more criticism in the. If there is more criticism in the team, it can be a bad team.
And you
So
have
this
faced
is
it in your life.
one of the example.
Yeah, you have faced it in your life, huh?
Sorry.
You have faced this experience somewhere in your life?
Yeah, definitely. I have
Wonderful,
faced
wonderful,
this.
wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. Now I think Mr. Mumtaz Ali also. I mean, welcome, Mr. Mumtaz ji. You have raised your hand. You can start speaking. Yeah. You can put your cameras also on. I mean, I have nobody has any objection to putting cameras on. Yeah. Mumtaz ji.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
My name is Mumtaz Ali, and I am into BFSI domain, banking, financial services, and insurance. Currently, I'm self-employed, but in my last corporate assignment, I was handling a team of 10 to 15 frontline managers. So, the small example which I experienced as a bad team, my team members, few members used to avoid morning huddle. They don't come on time to the office so that they can avoid morning huddle. And the reason was that they will have to give their DSR, what they have done yesterday and what is the plan of action for today. So just to avoid the daily sales report DSR, they don't used to come in the team morning huddle on time. And the result was that they never were productive and couldn't completed their target and thus could not get the promotion and they left the organization very early. So
They
that is
left
my
also.
experience that is my experience. And when I found out about that particular manager, so he seems to be doing the same thing with other corporates also. So his average tenure with an organization was less than 2.5 years, which is not good to hire as an employee in financial services.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, right. Then let's hear one more opinion. Deepak Kumar ji. I think Deepak Kumar ji is joining from Tarapur. Welcome, Deepak ji. Please, your opinion.
Thank you very much, sir. I am Deepak Kumar Gujar, currently working in NPCIL as a deputy manager. Sir, before this organization, I was working in FMCG sector, working with top FMCGs companies, and I was a part of team of sales and distribution. So, in my opinion, people come together and make team for some goals and targets. So I had in previous jobs, it was a fantastic team. I was leading my team and they were chasing their targets. But in some instances, and currently I am seeing that in bad teams, there are some elements or we can see team members who means from their personal opinion or personal target, they does not chase the target and go slow. And they have so many excuses to not, so they are not contributing in the team goals. So ultimately it delays and we cannot achieve our set targets in time. So in my opinion, ineffective team members are lagging you behind to achieve the targets. Thank you, sir.
Great, wonderful. Thank you all for this wonderful, because this is the only way we can discuss this topic. And it is a tough topic and a lot of psychology, human dynamics, interactions are involved. And it is very difficult. Please let me uh, caution you that there is no mathematical formula actually, for human dynamics. Human dynamics is highly variable. It depends so much on situation. It depends so much on, emotions of people, on the moods of people, on uh, I mean, it is very tough. If had it not been tough, today, you would not be having these great wars between Russia, Ukraine, and so many other countries that are fighting amongst each other. So please remember that human dynamics is very complex, very complicated. It is very difficult. Like, even convincing some family member of yours is so difficult. So we are just trying to today, understand in this human dynamics, is it really possible to to uh, to bring in tune, bring in alignment people who don't contribute to the team, because it is very frustrating, very frustrating. So I'll give you some initial points here. Can we have the next slide, please? Sushma, next slide. ये स्लाइड को मूव करेंगे जरा आगे. Sushma?
Yes, कर रही हूँ.
Yeah, please. Human dynamics. Yeah, next one, please. Next one. So please remember, a couple of things to be remembered. which we rarely, find in textbooks and in general literature. It's all about behavior, actually. Whether you are a manager or a team member or a junior or a senior, the first thing that you must always note. See, today, nobody can give you a formula for interacting with people, for successful interaction with people. समझ गया ना? तो it is either uh, this side or that side. उसको अभी just if you look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just read these 6 things and then I'll tell you what it is. Or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cognitions. So just forget cognitions for the time being. It's sort of complex. So your behavior will create number one. Okay, let me explain to you what is cognition. When I say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So, I mean, you have understood something. Cognition comes, recognition is also, cognition is a part of cognition. मतलब मैं समझ गया कि when I say 2, आप समझ गए 2. When I say 5, I say 5. This is cognition, right? So my behavior will create either an understanding of some situation or an emotion, right? My behavior or somebody else's behavior. It's a two-way thing. My behavior will create feelings in you. My behavior creates feelings. Your behavior creates feelings in me, right? ये basic 3-4 फंडा आज आप समझ लीजिए. For example, when I interact on the phone with somebody, let's say Mr. Deepak ji or somebody, the way he says hello, that creates a feeling in me. That creates an emotion. It not only creates a cognition. Cognition मतलब I understand the meaning of the word hello. ठीक है ना? हेलो मतलब एक जब कोई दूसरा हम फोन पे बात करते हैं या रास्ते में मिलते हैं हेलो बोलते हैं एक दूसरे को. So hello means it is just a kind of address to each other. लेकिन when you say hello in a very impolite way, what happens? What happens? When hello is said in a very loud way, hello, and with a very, 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 threatening kind of body language. अब ये हेलो तो अंडरवर्ल्ड वाले भी बोलते हैं ना जब किसी को मिलते हैं रास्ते में, हेलो आ गया. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? मल्टीपल मीनिंग्स. दिस हेलो हैज मल्टीपल मीनिंग. सो हेलो क्रिएट्स इमोशंस, hello creates feelings depending on the way it is said to me. Then if my feelings are negative, my reactions also are likely to be negative. Please understand. अगर आपने पहले इंटरेक्शन में ही मुझे हेलो बहुत ही थ्रेटनिंग वे में बोल दिया एंड यू स्टार्ट शोइंग ऑफ योर अथॉरिटी, हेलो आई एम द रीजनल मैनेजर ऑफ HDFC calling, it creates a very bad feeling, and I want to talk to you अर्जेंटली. मतलब उसकी टोन ऐसी होगी, उसकी टोन बड़ी मतलब एग्रेसिव रहेगी. So my action and behavior would be I can behave in 1,000 ways, I can behave in 1,000 ways. For example, I can tell him shut up because I am feeling inside. You understand? Similar, and after this, what happens? I start perceiving. The last point is perception, opinion, and judgment. Let us say this man addresses himself as K.K. Agarwal. तो मेरा इंप्रेशन ये हो जाएगा, मेरा परसेप्शन ये हो जाएगा कि अग्रवाल फ्रॉम HDFC is a very harsh person. I should not interact with this person. आप देख लीजिए मतलब what your behavior does to others. So this is very important in teams. Your behavior does to others and others' behavior also does the same thing to you. This is point number 1 to be noted. हम क्या सोचते हैं कि irrespective, we are used to behaving in a certain way. For example, there are some parents who behave in a very aggressive and harsh way with their children. There are some siblings who behave in a very aggressive and harsh way with each other. There are some bosses who are used to behaving very autocratically and aggressively with their subordinates and team members, right? So each behavior of yours has got an emotional reaction. It generates feelings, it generates reactions, and it generates not only reactions, it generates sometimes some matlab, let's it might be sound too harsh, but you know how murders are done? Murders are done because of these reactions. When the reactions result in a very, 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 violent A very violent reaction causes a violent behavior, a brutal behavior, which ultimately results in these murders and crimes. So your behavior is, is at the root, is the root cause of most of the problems either you face or you create in your teams. Please understand. So this is a very important point of team dynamics, which is not always addressed in conventional training seminars and textbooks. Let's come to the next one. The next slide, please. Yeah. What are the indicators of aggressiveness? So in a team, if a member is aggressive, if a team member, or if the team leader is aggressive, what happens? How do you recognize this person? This person is always in a militant mode. Militant का मतलब जैसे पुलिस वाला होता है ना, ट्रैफिक पुलिस वाला, वो लाल आंख करके गाड़ी को रोकता है. That is called militant mode. And then he doesn't know how to address people, whether you are the chairman of a company or whether you are a doctor or you are, just an ordinary labor. वो सबको एक तरह से एड्रेस करता है aggressively. Militant mode, loud voice, criticism of others, using humiliation to control others. These are the indicators of aggressiveness. And this you can make out from the tone of their voice and their body language. Okay? So these are, can such people be good team players? Please write in the chat box or comment. Or you can unmute yourself and say yes or no. Can aggressive people be good team players? Come on, speak. Yes or no? No. Yeah, Mr. Suresh Menon, no. But then I'll pose a counter question. There are aggressive bosses, in this world, very aggressive bosses. And some of you may have quit such bosses because they were aggressive, right? And how do these bosses manage to achieve the targets of their company despite being aggressive? मुमताज जी, यानी आपकी तरफ से, because आपने भी काफी मतलब एक सर्विस सेक्टर को देखा है. How do aggressive people become successful? Can anyone comment?
Yes, good morning once again.
Yeah.
Actually, it is difficult to analyze if an aggressive person can become successful. If I talk about myself, really for my commitment for my organization, which is ICICI Group earlier, my colleagues used to tell me I am very aggressive in my approach. But my aggression was for the benefit of the company and the employees. My aggression was punctuality, my aggression was towards discipline, my aggression was towards your commitment, integrity, and honesty towards your work. The bigger picture was, in my morning huddle, I used to tell my team members that it is for your family you are working. It is your family is dependent on you. When you leave your home at 8:30 or 9 a.m. in the morning and you reach back at around 7:38, being into sales and financial services, you should be committed and you should prove yourself before your family. So my aggression was for the good of everyone. But there was some section of my team which understood me in a different way. They were of the opinion that my aggression is for my self gains. So then I tried to balance myself and prove my point. And then few of my members with whom I was very aggressive in terms of their commitment towards their job, they got promoted. They built up good assets while working with me within my team. I myself also got promotion every year as I used to complete my sales targets and everything. So then there was a general feeling that aggression was the benefit of everyone, for the organization, for the employees, and for everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mumtaz. This is something great. This is what I wanted to explain. कि sometimes aggression, but see, aggression को first time बड़ा negatively लिया जाता है. Your aggression was adopted by people because you spent some time with those people and they started building trust with you, and you were able to build trust with them. ये trust factor बहुत जरूरी है. अगर आप aggression बिना trust के, बिना अपने value system के कर रहे हैं, एग्रेशन क्या होता है? एक तो पर्सनल गोल्स के लिए होता है, एक एग्रेशन होता है फॉर द ओवरऑल गोल. सब क्या, अब आप देखिए, आर्मीज ऑफ टू कंट्रीज फाइट, सो नाउ दिस एग्रेशन is something which you can say is an ethical kind of aggression, right? It's an ethical aggression because, uh, and it's a aggression which is permitted. Unless these people, the armies are aggressive, they can't win a war. They can't win a war by being, civil, क्या कहना चाहिए, parliamentary and democratic, and वो aggression within the teams भी चलेगा और दुश्मन के खिलाफ भी चलेगा. But that aggression has a overall very, very noble purpose, whichever country it is. Each army fights for the good of their country. So, और ये aggression कब useful होता है? When people have actually recognized you as a person with very, very noble intentions, with a very solid, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, work ethic. So your work ethic is for the benefit of the company, right? And people know this. You are doing it not for your own selfish interest. लेकिन जहाँ कई जगह पे क्या होता है, ये aggression जो होता है ना, as a personality, it becomes a general way of life with people. और then अब आप ये सोचिए कि when you quit a company and go to a new company, and on the day one you start behaving in your usual way, and your overall personality, the impression of others, मैंने पहली स्लाइड में आपको दिखाया था, you create an impression, you create emotions, you create feelings, right? So अगर आप शुरू के 5-10 दिन में ही aggressive behavior सबके साथ दिखाने लगेंगे, you will not be adopted as a team member to start with. This aggression becomes tolerable only after you have been accepted by the team as a player who means good for everybody, right? Any other comments on this?
Yeah, I'm
Deepak ji,
Suresh
आपका
Menon
क्या?
here. Good morning.
Yeah, Menon ji.
I follow a different approach. Actually, I'm a trainer. I
Yeah,
I as a corporate trainer, I'm actually naturally a leader by myself. But
right.
I never put an aggression because I feel that knowledge can make a person stand out, and there is no need to be any aggression put in. Knowledge itself is that people will follow you, and there is no need to put any kind of aggression. And if you give them impart knowledge and take care of them in a very uh, knowledge giving manner, knowledge repository, knowledge giving manner, then things will go very fine and everybody will work as a team. That's my kind of approach. I don't know, but that
नहीं
is
नहीं
my
नहीं,
kind.
your approach is well taken. वो जो मैं, I'm coming to that point now. Wonderful. Good that you pointed it out. The learning here is that generally aggressive people will not be good team players. जो अभी मुमताज जी ने कहा ना, वो मुझे वहां पे एक, देयर इज अ फाइन लाइन डिवाइडिंग बिटवीन एग्रेसिवनेस एंड असर्टिवनेस. वो जो एक कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, कि कई बार क्या होता है ना, बिकॉज ये वर्ड प्ले है, हम अपने आप को समझते हैं कि वो कई बार उसमें भी आता है, लाइक कंपनी से कि यू हैव टू बी एग्रेसिव विद कंपनी गोल्स एंड ऑल दैट. ठीक है, परसू योर गोल्स एग्रेसिवली, दैट डज नॉट मीन दैट मेक योर बिहेवियर एग्रेसिव. बिल्कुल सही है, मतलब ये जो सुरेश जी ने बोला. सो जनरली व्हाट हैपेंस इज, व्हेन these aggressive people overall in life, it becomes a dominating personality, then the general, no, I mean, no, the literature, these people in society, they have problems in creating relationships and maintaining relationships. So Mumtaz ji ने कहा था ना, I think he meant assertiveness. One is, aggressiveness, and there is something called assertiveness. उसमें क्या होता है, you can raise your voice, but for a good purpose, with a good intention. ठीक है. Now let's come to the next one. So Sushma, next. Please change the slide. Okay, now let us come to, guide council, the team members may, we need to advise our people very often. We need to counsel our people very often. And there is a word called persuasion. There is a word called, no, come to the previous one. Come to the previous one, please. चलो आपने ये दिखा दिया तो ये okay. Now my question here is, ये देखो, there was a kind of episode in India. There was not it was an episode of hijacking. My question is persuading people easy? If I tell an aggressive person who is aggressive at home, who is aggressive here, who is aggressive in my team, because in my team I need people who can go and develop relationships outside. But a person with an aggressive personality, मतलब वो जिसकी tone ही उसकी, the tone of his voice, the body language, everything, it sounds aggressive. It creates bad feelings in other people. He's going there for the first time to build a new relationship. Now I have to persuade this person to tone down his behavior. The question here is persuasion easy? Can we do it at all times? Yes or no? Please, yes or no answer. Is persuasion easy? Can you persuade people easily? Because we are talking of human dynamics here. Any opinions? Mr. Suresh? Yeah, it is sometimes very difficult. Yes, good. Vijay says no, persuasion is not easy. Acha, give me one reason why it is not easy. And all of you are right. You are right because even persuading a younger sibling at home is very difficult. A child or a sibling is very difficult. And all parents face this problem. All parents face it, when they have to request continuously requesting their children not to spend too much time with these people. However, we find out their motivation. Deepak Kumar says, however, wonderful point. This is something which you have saved time by mentioning this point. You have persuasion is difficult. So Deepak जी पहला तो ये है कि persuasion difficult इसलिए क्यों होता है? Persuasion is difficult because people have different opinions. Number one, it is because of difference of belief system. My father votes for party X, I vote for party Y. My father tries to persuade me to vote for X. I try to persuade him to vote for Y. And we were trying it, for about 20, 30 years, 5, 6 different elections. We could not persuade each other. Please remember. So persuading people at home also is very difficult. Forget about outside. It's very, very difficult. It is basically because I have one opinion about X party, he has another opinion of X party. I have a positive opinion, he has a negative opinion. So persuading people is very difficult. You have an opinion saying that children must be disciplined. Children must be, we should deal harshly with children. Children should not be given too much liberty. And your child says, all parents give liberty. You are living in new times, not your olden times. So the real problem is difference of viewpoint, difference of opinion. So persuasion is very, very difficult. And you know what a tough time India had to persuade these hijackers, to release our 300 people, or 180 people, sorry. Next slide, please. Next slide. Sushma. Can you shift the slide, please? कोई नहीं है वहां पे? चलो, then what I'll ask you another. Yeah. क्या हो रहा है? ये तो persuasion से भी difficult हो गया. चलिए next पे आ जाइए. Come to the next one. Because come to the next one now. Next one. इसके आगे चलिए. ये तो फोटो हमने एक दी. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हर पढ़े लिखे और डिग्रीधारी शख्स की परसुएशन स्किल अच्छी ही हो. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी. Education has nothing to do with persuasion skills. Nothing to do. You all agree? Persuasion has nothing to do. Even illiterate people can persuade much better than highly educated people. True or false?
Yes, sir. 100% agree.
100%
I
agree. So there is
can share one example.
no. Yeah, please
A small
share.
example related to a chartered accountancy profession. One of my colleague was a qualified chartered accountant, but his was lacking persuasion and influencing skills, so he could not practice for a larger period of time. So he went for a job in a corporate job, and then he developed his persuasion and influencing skills while working with a corporate. And after some time, he started practice. He obtained certificate of practice. so that now individually he's a successful practicing chartered accountant.
Wonderful, yeah, wonderful. And वो तो क्या है कि when you start on your own, you have to be a good persuader, otherwise you just cannot take off, That's so, I mean, so people think, no, yaar, हम तो ऐसे ही हैं, we cannot change. I am so glad Mumtaz is giving us wonderful real life inputs. And this is the purpose of these webinars, not to share with you chapters from a textbook, basically. The purpose of these webinars is basically so it is possible to develop your persuasion. Vijay Lakshmi ने chat पे कुछ comment किया. We will be happy if she, basically Vijay Vishkarma, project coordinator. Vijay, can you just elaborate psychological? We let people know your viewpoint, no? Vijay Vishkarma, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ,
See,
बोलिए,
persuasion
most
is
welcome.
possible only. Yeah, persuasion is only possible if we have some psychological skills. Am I audible?
हाँ, बोलिए, you can relate some small
Yeah.
example here and there, no? Yeah.
No, I have, sir,
Wait.
read in books that persuasion is only possible with the psychological skills. If you have some psychological skills, then only you can persuade people. The degrees are not possible. With the degree you cannot persuade people. That's what I agree.
See, I know, yes, you are perfectly right. I mean, there is no relation. It's a very simple thing to understand. All of us face, sometimes your maid servant, you don't want to give her money and she, मतलब आपसे ले जाती है basically, 10,000 rupees by persuading you. आप समझ गए ना?
Yes, sir.
I mean, her persuasion is so good that you have to, you paid her eventually, समझ गए ना? Now, Mr. Suresh Menon, you have any take on this? Type of education and persuasion? Not thinking.
Persuasion is basically more of as you told, sir, it is more of any uneducated person can have more persuasion skills than me also. So
Agreed. Yes.
so, but persuasion nowhere we have to be a good listener, a good influencer, and you have to be a personality who people look at for advice. Then only persuasion will work.
100%. Very true. Persuasion will not work if the other party sees you as a manipulator. That is my point here. Okay,
Yes.
an important point. You should not be misperceived. And Deepak has commented, convincing depends on profile of opposite person. Very true. If the opposite person is hell bent on, not getting persuaded, you can do nothing. And the dispute between India, China, India, Pakistan, whatever is going on currently. I mean, neither party is willing to basically, it's a matter of trust, Persuasion is possible only when the other party trusts you. If you don't trust each other, and let us see the outcome of what is happening today between Putin and it will be very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, these are, see, all these things are so related to real life. You understand? Today one is persuading the other to stop the war. Let us see क्या होता है. It will be very. आप शाम को जाके देखना what happened to this meeting between these two so-called world leaders. Let us. It will be very interesting. वो कर पाए कि नहीं? Despite all their training, all their highly paid advisors and all politics they play with each other. Persuade कर पा रहे हैं कि नहीं कर पा रहे? चलिए, come to the next slide. Next one. Sushma, anyone there changing it? Why is it difficult to persuade people? Okay, this is interesting. These are some of the, scientific reasons. When I ask you to change, you will not. When I ask you to let us say, come early to office, and let us say there is an employee who is used to coming half an hour late, but he stays back for 2 hours. But then for some reason, I one time, very difficult to persuade him or her. Very difficult. You know why? Because if he or she starts coming early, उनके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है कि I will lose something. I am not going to gain anything. So the first thing that comes to mind is, by what the other person is telling me, I will lose something. That is the first point. Instead of gaining, the thought that comes to her mind first is about some loss. She will have to get up half an hour early. He'll have to get up half an hour early. कोई दूसरी ट्रेन पकड़नी पड़ेगी या कोई कैब में ज्यादा खर्चा होगा, ऑटो वाले, whatever it is. Then another reason is that people, they live in social groups, whether it's the office or it is their personal life. So people are highly, even your younger children, teenage children, they live in groups actually, and they listen more to the group than to their parents or teacher, right? If the group says that XYZ movie आपको नहीं देखना है, no, sorry, if the teacher says, parents also say XYZ movie is very, very, lewd and it's not suitable for children of your age group. But then this group says हम देखेंगे, तो वो ग्रुप की पहले सुनते हैं सब लोग. So it becomes difficult to persuade people. Then, as I said, ki beliefs, attitudes, and values. Each person comes with his or her own beliefs, values, and attitudes. I gave the best example is political party. If I believe in a political party's ideology and you believe in another party's political ideology, it is very difficult for me to persuade you to change your ideology. Very difficult. Or change your belief. Very, very difficult. Then we love information which supports current views. Abhi aaj, if you look at all the TV channels, they all are giving a particular view, day and night, they're one particular viewpoint, वो पकड़ के बैठे हैं वो लोग सालों से. आप समझ गए ना? So people who love the ideology of this party whom the media is supporting, they will always watch these channels. Okay. Neutral people, educated people may not watch these channels. But people who support the other party, the opposite party, they will watch other channels on YouTube and all, which criticize the current party. So yeah, it's a matter of attitudes and beliefs, basically. I love to watch what I believe in. So you cannot know, I cannot persuade you, you cannot persuade me. ये तो अभी live example बता रहा हूँ मैं recent. Then if I give you some opposite information, it disturbs your mental comfort, right? If I say love marriage is bad, your mental comfort will be disturbed because you believe in love marriage. So these are some of the very, very fundamental reasons why persuading people is difficult. Next slide, please. Next. Now, what I would suggest is we will just, if you have to persuade people in your team, or in your relationships, or if you have to persuade a client, these are some of the only ways where the chances of persuading the person or motivating the person through persuasion. Because in motivation also needs persuasion, when you have to motivate a person. But I'll send you on a training program of 5 days. Do you agree? Not you're trying to motivate the person, but motivation involves persuasion. Please remember this. ये मैं आपको क्या होगा क्या, unless you are a good person, you can't motivate people also. अभी आप बच्चे को बोलो बेटा I'll give you a laptop, but you score 80%, in the half yearly exams or 90%. या परसुएजन स्किल, उसके बाद ही वो मोटिवेट होगा. उससे पहले उसको परसुएट करना ही पड़ेगा आपको. तो Now, these are the points which enhance your chances of persuading people. For example, the first point is commonality. Is there something common between you and the other person? तो आपका चांस बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपके टीम में एक मेंबर है या आपका एक क्लाइंट है हु इज फ्रॉम योर district. Let us say you are from Aurangabad and he is also from Aurangabad. And let us say you studied in the same college. भले वो 10 साल पहले पढ़ा है आपसे, उसको परसुएड करना इजी है. Please remember this because there is something common between you. Right? Please, these are very important points for people in the industry. Then the second point is about likability. Likability कैसे बढ़ती है? When you go to watch a movie, the writers, the first thing they do is कि वो हीरो कितना भी गलत काम कर रहा है, भले ही वो चोरी कर रहा है, डकैती कर रहा है, the first job of the writer is to they make the hero likable to the audience. Please note this point. That hero has been made likable to the people. Likable कैसे बनाया? तो समाज का कुछ कर रहा है, he's donating, he has opened a school, he has done this, he has done that, there are so many. You understand? So, like if आपने मुन्ना भाई देखी थी ना? You've seen मुन्ना भाई, no? Yes or no? MBBS, right? So Munna Bhai was he was an underworld person. Please remember. Okay, वो सारे गलत काम करता था. उसने MBBS है वो जो अपना एग्जाम भी चोरी से पास किया था. उसके बाद भी ऑडियंस लाइक्ड इट बिकॉज उसको लाइकेबल बनाया था. समझ गए ना? So if you are likable, if your body language is good, if your intentions are good, then people like you. That's credibility. Do believe in you. If people believe in you, then persuade. Authority. Are you a person of authority? Are you from, let us say, have you been आप army में general थे क्या? Are you a retired general? Are you a retired, let us say, headmaster or principal of a school? तो आपकी persuasion ज़्यादा effective रहेगी because you had some authority like. Hello? Yeah. So, right? For example, if Dr. Abdul Kalam says something, पूरा इंडिया सुनता था जब वो बोलते थे किसी टॉपिक के बारे में, एंड पीपल टुक हिम वेरी सीरियसली. राइट? एक कोई आम पॉलिटिशियन कुछ भी बोलता है, वी डोंट टेक हिम वेरी सीरियसली बिकॉज उसकी अथॉरिटी तो है पर क्रेडिबिलिटी कम है. तो डॉक्टर कलाम में ये देख लो, सब चीजें थी. कॉमनलिटी क्या थी? ही केम फ्रॉम एन ऑर्डिनरी बैकग्राउंड लाइक ऑल ऑफ अस. लाइकेबिलिटी क्या थी? ही एवरीबडी लाइक्ड एंड लव्ड हिम. क्रेडिबिलिटी क्या थी? खतरनाक थी. क्रेडिबिलिटी मतलब ही वाज हाईली हाई पर मिसाइल बना इंडिया का से आगे बढ़ाया. अथॉरिटी क्या थी? टॉप पर्सन, टेक्नोक्रेट. ओके. देन रेसिप्रोसिटी होता है. आपने किसी के लिए कुछ किया, देन पीपल गेट परसुएडेड इजीली. इफ यू हैव डन ए गुड थिंग फॉर अदर्स, इफ यू हैव डन ए गुड डीड फॉर अदर्स. आपकी टीम में कोई नया मेंबर आया, if you want to enter into good relationship with that person, reciprocity, उसके लिए कुछ करो. help him to you know find a house, help him to basically उसको हर तरह से नए शहर में मदद करो. पहले वो किया, उसके बाद you try to persuade him, that person will be easily persuaded. Empathy, when that person is happy, share his happiness. When that person is sad, share his sad. Same thing with children also. When the children are happy and excited, you have to be a part of that excitement. When children are sad, you have to be part of that sadness. Please remember. Yeah, क्या हो गया? Okay. Then, and finally, there is something which I told you in the beginning. Aggressiveness होगा, मतलब aggressiveness जो not the kind of aggressiveness which Mumtaz ji mentioned, बट वो एग्रेसिवनेस इन जनरल कैरेक्टर एंड बिहेवियर, वो एग्रेसिवनेस से आप परसुएड नहीं कर पाएंगे। दैट इज योर कैरेक्टर। इफ एग्रेसिवनेस इज समथिंग विच इज टेम्पररी अफेयर मेंट फॉर ए गुड पर्पस, वो कहीं कहीं आप यूज कर रहे हो। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको आपने एक फ्रेंड की जान बचाई क्योंकि उसको गुंडे अटैक कर रहे थे, वो गुंडे दारू पी के उसको हमला कर रहे थे और आप एग्रेसिव बन के आपने गुंडों को भगा दिया। उस पर्पस के लिए एग्रेसिवनेस थी, इट वाज फॉर ए नोबल पर्पस, दैट इज एक्सेप्टेबल समटाइम्स इन अ सर्टेन सिचुएशन। लाइक आई टोल्ड यू कि आर्मी की एग्रेसिवनेस इज अ फुल्ली एक्सेप्टेबल एग्रेसिवनेस, उसके बिना वो लड़ाई जीत नहीं पाएंगे। बट एज ए जनरल कैरेक्टर, जनरल पर्सनैलिटी, यू डोंट हैव टू बी एग्रेसिव, राइट? यू डोंट हैव टू बी। तो और परसुएड करने के लिए आप ऐसे नहीं, आपने किसी को बुलाया लिफ्ट में और परसुएड हो गए, ऐसा कभी नहीं होता। उसमें आप देख, फर्स्ट स्टेप इज एक्टिव लिसनिंग, यू हैव टू लिसन टू द अदर पर्सन। द सेकंड स्टेप इज एम्पैथी, मतलब अगर वो बहुत नाराज है, बहुत गुस्से में है, तो आपको यू हैव टू से दैट ये आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई यू आर एंग्री, दैट इज एम्पैथी। उसके बाद आपको रैपो बनानी, उसके बाद आपकी थोड़ी सी रैपो बनेगी उसके साथ, व्हेन यू लिसन टू हिम, then you'll be able to influence him a bit, and finally then you'll have to change him a bit to your viewpoint, right? So I think now uh, uh, these are some of the points of human dynamics that are relevant and important. Teams में क्या होता है, you have to motivate people. Teams में क्या होता है, you have to sometimes counsel people. Teams में you have to actually sometimes set norms कि बेटा ये टीम में, for example in this team, in a business meeting, we will have only vegetarian lunch. So you have to persuade people. टीम में कुछ नॉर्म्स होते हैं, कुछ वैल्यूज होती हैं। कोई कोई टीम्स में व्हेन टीम्स मीट, आपको पता है वहाँ पे एवरीथिंग इज परमिटेड, पीपल कम इन बर्म्यूडाज टी शर्ट्स एंड ऑल, लेकिन आपकी टीम के नॉर्म्स अलग हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपकी टीम में आप बोलोगे ब्लेजर टाई एंड दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट, आपको उसी में आना है हर जगह। तो ये टीम के नॉर्म्स लोग फॉलो नहीं करते हैं, आपको परसुएड करना पड़ता है, आपको काउंसलिंग करनी पड़ती है, आपको गाइडेंस देनी पड़ती है। तो राइट, ओके, नाउ एनी अदर क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू ह्यूमन डायनामिक्स? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन or any other discussion that you want to do? We have
Yes.
a couple of stalwarts also sitting here. Nagaraju ji बैठे हैं. Nagaraju ji, any comments from you? Would you like to initiate a thread of discussion? You address groups everywhere, all over India. So any specific or any other, because I mean, loading too much would not be very advisable, right? Or
Sir, I
we
have a
can
question.
simply, yeah, who is this?
Suresh Menon.
Yeah, Suresh, yeah, please, yeah.
Sir, regarding change management, which is one of the very important factors, uh, if you want to bring in change management, say for example, if there are certain skills involved into putting change management in any place, it can be an organization, it can be a healthcare organization, any kind of service-based kind of organization. So change management is one of the important factors. So how to bring in smoothly a change management in a setup where people are not willing to change? That's that's my one question.
Suresh ji, it will be very nice if you can put your camera on. But now we are through with the formal thing. Now it is only discussion for the next 15-20 minutes, whatever time we can.
Yes, sir.
That will be very ideal. Yeah, thank you.
I'm visible.
Yeah, very visible. You look very handsome also. Yeah, good,
Yeah, that's
great.
what people say.
Where are you? But Bombay or elsewhere?
Bangalore. I'm in Bangalore, sir.
Lovely, sir. Lovely. Change man, and I think that's one topic which you take in your MDP, perhaps. That's why that's so close to your heart, right?
Yes,
Change
sir.
management. Yeah. तो tough है sir, tough है बहुत. I mean, And so the way we do it, I'd shown you. Sushma, can you come to those images? शुरू में बहुत सारे फोटो थे ना एक स्लाइड में. Let's start from there. Then I'll give you a case study. And then maybe you'll be उससे पहले मतलब in the initial ones. Initial उसके पीछे और भी पीछे और पीछे और पीछे. Yeah. See, look at these photographs, These are the people we faced during our land acquisition. Right? This was the time after 2010 when Japan there was a series of accidents in those after the tsunami. याद है आपको Fukushima and all that, we had it. And there was a complete resistance, global resistance against new, and these people were not willing to change. There are multiple locations, Tankulam, I mean, name the plan, Mai Banswada, everywhere, Kaiga 5 and 6, everywhere there were agitations. As you said, Diki, how did, so finally all of them gave their land, finally, And it started with the Jaipur in Maharashtra. Jaipur was very much in the news. Abhi to news mein aur hi kuch aa raha hai na, duniya bhar ka. Lot of politics going on in this country now. So these kind of news never come now. So Jaipur is in Maharashtra, Ratnagiri. There also the land was, acquired in a very peaceful and amicable manner. But initial 3-4 years was all this going on. So how do you change these people? How do you change? Right? That's the first thing, this thing we learned very late. So I'll give you only one example. Because क्या होता था after you acquire, after start CSR work में, those villages never had a doctor. We used to travel 20 kilometers for a doctor, 15 kilometers. Snake bite हो गया 30-40 kilometers. So CSR work started after land acquisition. Yes, this is, all the Achha, why people did not give their land? Why it took them 5 years, 4 years? Because even if you are a government organization, there is no trust, there is no credibility. So agar aapko credibility, let us say you are top management and you want some change in the people. So first thing is you should sound credible. Yeah. Otherwise, people will not listen to your flowery speeches and flowery memos. Nobody will pay attention to all that. I don't have trust in a passenger. How can I, when he's asking me stupid questions, where are you going? Let us say we are sitting in a train. I'll not reveal anything to him. No, forget about having friendship with him. So when I show you these photographs, and this is a younger me, maybe 10, 15 years back, when not 15, 12 years back. So doing a public hearing, addressing a huge crowd of 40,000 people along with collectors and ministry officials from Environment Ministry. Change management was brought in the hearts of these people. How? Because later on we started building trust. Now we start building trust and credibility right from before acquiring land. We do a lot of CSR work for 2-3 years. And then you approach them for, giving their land. Then en masse they start giving land, basically. Of course, there will be, change management, as you know, 100% people don't fall in line. And the biggest mistake with managements do is not to earn the trust and credibility of their people. Change management would start, based. Now we have change management बोलेंगे if I want to downsize, how should I convince people to resign and all that? That is a very tough thing, sir. That is a very tough thing because uska change, I'm not referring to that kind of change. But let us say I'm referring to another kind of change where COVID time mein people were used to working from home and now you want people to start working from office. So you can comment on each. and you can still pose counter. Or Deepak, you have to say something. हेलो दीपक जी। हाँ आप यहाँ आपने एमबीए किया है, आप इतना बड़ा वहाँ सेटअप संभाल रहे सीएमएम का, वो प्लीज कमेंट। चेंज
सर मैं
मैनेजमेंट की बात हो गई।
राइट सर मैं अपना एक एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाहता हूँ. When I was in ITC in their paper division. So earlier salesmen used to do, they used to take their notebooks and pen and used to take order from their shopkeepers. बाद में कंपनी ने जब इवॉल्व हुआ, उन्होंने जब चेंज किया, तो उन लोगों ने क्या किया, हैंडहेल्ड डिवाइसेस उन लोगों को प्रोवाइड किया. बट बिकॉज माई सेल्समैन आर एट द एज ऑफ अराउंड 45 to 55, सो दे आर नॉट रेडी टू टेक द हैंडल डिवाइसेस. और वो लोगों के पास एक्सक्यूजेस थे, सर हम लोग तो पुराने आदमी हैं, हमारे पास में मोबाइल्स वगैरह हम लोग टैक्स से भी नहीं है, हम लोग यूज नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो इट वाज अ बिग चैलेंज फॉर मी बिकॉज कंपनी वांट्स कि हम लोग जल्दी से जल्दी आईटी इनेबल्ड बने. तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया कि सर जितने भी 5 सेल्समैन मेरे उस टेरिटरी में टीम थी, तो मैं डेली उन लोगों के साथ में जाता था, उन लोगों के साथ में पूरा पूरा दिन मार्केट करता था, उन लोगों के साथ में उनको ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग भी देता था कि भाई आप ऐसे ऐसे कीजिए, ऐसे ऐसे कीजिए, इसका ये बेनिफिट है, आपका प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ेगी, आपके इंसेंटिव बढ़ेंगे, आप जितना पंच करेंगे तो आपका इंसेंटिव भी बढ़ेगा. और थोड़ा सा उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए उनको इंसेंटिवाइज भी किया. तो चेंज के लिए सर पहले बात तो हमें उनकी प्रोफाइल समझना पड़ेगा, उनका रियल इश्यू क्या था वो समझना पड़ेगा. फिर उन लोगों को कॉन्फिडेंस में लेके कि भाई इनमें आपका कोई लॉस नहीं है, आप टैक्स से भी बनेंगे, ये हैंडसेट भी आपके पास में रहेगा, आप अपने पर्सनल यूज के लिए भी कर सकते हैं. तो ये मेरा एक छोटा सा एक्सपीरियंस था. चेंज मैनेजमेंट टफ होता है, लेकिन अगर आप प्रॉपरली टैकल करते हैं तो ये कन्वर्ट होता है सर.
वंडरफुल मैम, दीपक जी मैंने बिल्कुल, बिकॉज आफ्टर ऑल दिस इतने जो जो भी कुछ हमने वॉट एवर यू फेस्ड इन लाइफ इन आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आउटसाइड एवरीवेयर, change management, all the organizations, they start change management with the email or with a circular saying, और वो उसमें जो hidden text है ना, सब टेक्स्ट, वो हर कोई समझ जाता है, राइट. जैसे कंपनीज व्हेन दे डू डाउनसाइजिंग, दे से रैशनलाइजिंग ऑफ पावर डाउन, अरे उनको निकालना है यार, बिकॉज देयर इज अ प्रेशर फ्रॉम शेयर होल्डर्स. द प्रॉब्लम इज लाइक ट्रस्ट नहीं है, क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं है. या तो आप सीधा बोल दो बेटा निकालने 14,000 आदमी, जब आप उसको घुमा फिरा के बोलते हो कि फॉर ऑप्टिमाइजेशन एंड फॉर द ओवरऑल क्वालिटी, सो दैट फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ एग्जिस्टिंग हाई परफॉर्मिंग एम्प्लॉयज विल नीड टू रैशनलाइज अवर दिस थिंग एंड दैट थिंग एंड ऑल दैट करके, और आप उसको यू आर थ्रोइंग पीपल आउट अंडर द गार्ब ऑफ सेइंग दैट आपकी स्किल्स कम है, यू आर नॉट एबल टू कम टू द मार्क एंड ऑल दैट. वो लोग समझ जाते हैं, राइट. देन देयर आर एजुकेशन, देयर आर कोर्ट केसेस बेसिकली. ये जो ट्रस्ट और क्रेडिबिलिटी वाली बात है ना, आपने यहाँ भी देखा होगा लैंड एक्विजिशन में, आफ्टर ट्रस्ट वाज एक्वायर्ड हर जगह लैंड एक्विजिशन इजी हो गया. आप अब डॉक्टर बेसिकली, एंड देन व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सेंडिंग पीपल विद dubious credentials and to the सरपंचेस एंड ऑल, बेसिकली इट मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस. कौन जा रहा है, डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम जा रहे हैं कि और कोई जा रहा है, बेसिकली फर्क पड़ता है. बेसिकली चेंज मैनेजमेंट को किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, people think just sending a mail to everybody to fall in board, fall in line and all that, and har cheez, everything is basically seen with a pinch of salt, everything is seen with suspicion, क्योंकि उस समय emotions get affected because nobody wants to change. ये ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी है. if you read this book called Sapiens, nobody wants to leave. अगर वो जंगल में रह रहे हैं, तो अगर आप एक पर्टिकुलर प्लॉट पे रह रहे थे जंगल के अंदर, you would not move from there unless you are forced to move because of weather conditions, because of lack of food, because of lack of hunting prey and all that. अभी तो लोग माइग्रेट करते थे ना, जब बिल्कुल ही सर पे पड़ जाती थी आग. नहीं तो माइग्रेट करेगा कौन? आपके पेरेंट्स के आप गांव से उठ के आपके साथ रहने को आते हैं कि नहीं आते हैं ना. Nobody wants to change. This is a human tendency. And negativity is at the core of everything. Negativity is at the core of our survival also. Please note, we are hardwired to negativity. If we are not hardwired to negativity, we would have become extinct like the other species and apes, or the other species. We are hardwired because of negativity. We could survive the harsh conditions. We used to look at suspicion, with suspicion, at every threat. Even if a stranger comes to your village, people used to kill him, thinking that he has come to kill them. समझे ना, साधु भी आ जाएगा ना, उसको भी मार देते थे पहले के कबीलों में, ये समझ के कि दिस फेलो विल टेक अवे यार गर्ल्स, और विल टेक अवे यार क्या काउज एंड बफेलोज एंड गोट्स, या ये लुटेरे का सीआईडी आदमी है और रात को हमारे यहाँ गांव में लूट मारेंगे ये लोग। तो ये नेगेटिविटी, तो इवन एनी चेंज बेसिकली सीन एज ए नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन। आपको भी मालूम है, व्हेन दिस थिंग बिकेम फ्रॉम प्योर गवर्नमेंट टू पीएसयू, कितना वो हुआ था, बवाल हुआ था। सेम थिंग हैपेंड इन एमटीएनएल, जब एसबीआई में कंप्यूटर्स इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, क्या रेजिस्टेंस था, क्या रेजिस्टेंस था, बिकॉज चेंज इज सीन एज नेगेटिव, कि पीपल विल लूज देयर जॉब्स। व्हेन एसबीआई ने पहले ही अश्योर नहीं किया था, वहां पे एजिटेशन क्यों हुआ था? वो केस स्टडी आप देखना एमबीए बुक्स में, computerization of State Bank of India. It took them 10 years to make people learn computers. Nobody wanted to learn computers. बोलते नहीं, हम नहीं सीखेंगे. If I don't learn properly, you will throw me out. मेरी नौकरी चली जाएगी. Nobody wanted to learn computers. So first thing, see what happens. Top management is in a hurry to, to execute that change. This is the problem. They have been given a deadline by their shareholders or somebody, or their board of directors. So what they start with is very harsh measures, or just they start with, "Arey, bhai sahab, aapko when some change, see when changes are required, you have to communicate so much. You have to communicate and interact so much. आपको पब्लिक के बीच में जाना पड़ेगा, लोगों को एड्रेस करना पड़ेगा, लोगों को अश्योर करना पड़ेगा. With each address, with each assurance, at least 10-15 people will fall in line, and 10-15 means this is called a critical mass. These 15 start influencing, at least 150 people. And change is not a one-time affair. चेंज इज नॉट ए वन टाइम अफेयर. एक बार में कोई परसुएड या कन्विंस नहीं होता है ऐसी चीजों के लिए किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. सो द बिगेस्ट पिटफॉल इज, कोई देयर शुड बी नो हेस्ट इन इन ऑल दैट. If you make a hasty change, you are gone. Suresh ji, please now your take.
Yeah.
Sumit ji, you are on board, it seems. Sumit ji. Sushma, can you please invite Sumit ji if he is around?
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, can we have some comment from Nagaraju ji, please, tracking the discussion? दीपक, और कुछ आपकी तरफ से?
सर, ये थोड़ा सा टॉपिक से हटके हो सकता है, लेकिन मैं जस्ट एक चीज शेयर करना चाह रहा था कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वगैरह में चेंज कुछ पर्पस के लिए होते हैं और कुछ बेटरमेंट के लिए होते हैं, तो उसको ड्राइव करना भी इतना टफ होता है. लेकिन जैसे आपने ये कुछ क्वालिटीज बताई सर, लाइकेबिलिटी, क्रेडिबिलिटी, जो पॉलिटिशियंस होते हैं उनका ये पैरामीटर डाउन होता है, देन ऑल्सो वो बहुत सारी बार ऐसे एजिटेशंस को, इतना लार्ज मास को भी ऐसा नेगेटिव चीजों के लिए मोटिवेट करके, और मतलब बोलना नहीं चाहिए लेकिन एंटी नेशनल चीजों की तरफ भी उनको डाइवर्ट कर देते हैं. तो ऐसी क्या क्वालिटीज होती हैं उनमें कि वो इतने मास को भी कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं, जस्ट एक मंच के ऊपर से वो इतना उनको एड्रेस करके उन सब चीजों को कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं.
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल क्वेश्चन, दिस इज अ वेरी इंटेलिजेंट क्वेश्चन. उसमें जरा नीचे आइए ना स्लाइड्स में, आई वांट टू आंसर दीपक जी, उसमें है वो आंसर अभी. हाँ देखिए, look at this now very attentively. This is a pilot basically, right, Deepak ji, and he's suspicious of a technical defect. ठीक है, and he's hesitant to take off. He doesn't want to take off. लेकिन नीचे बैठा है commercial manager, ठीक है, and you know what is going on today. He says जाओ, वो क्या बोलता है, उसको परसुएट कर रहा है, ठीक है. उसका काम क्या है आपको पता है, टेम्पो सर्विस चलाते हैं लोग एक तरह से. सो ही वांट्स टू मैक्सिमाइज द रिटर्न्स. नीचे कमर्शियल मैनेजर होता है जो इसके टच में रहता है, समझे ना। और यही प्रॉब्लम इस समय सबसे बड़ी चल रही है अपने यहाँ पे पूरे दुनिया में, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ थोड़ी ज्यादा वो हो गई है कि कमर्शियल ज्यादा हो गया सब कुछ। जब ये पहले एयर इंडिया होता था, देर वॉज नथिंग, वो जैसे जो कल्चर अपना है सेफ्टी कल्चर की, सेफ्टी के आगे आप काम रोक दो, नोबडी विल, दैट इज कॉल्ड सेफ्टी कल्चर, बेसिकली डेफिनेशन ऑफ सेफ्टी कल्चर। ये प्रोडक्टिविटी से ज्यादा जरूरी सेफ्टी है। इस केस में क्या हो रहा है एयरलाइंस में, प्रोडक्टिविटी हैज टेकन मोर इम्पोर्टेंस। तो वो किस तरह से परसुएड करता है इसको मालूम है? कितने 50 तरीके हैं, क्या बोलेगा आप गेस कीजिए, क्या बोलेगा? इसको सस्पिशियस है, ये सस्पिशियस ऑफ स्नैग। तो ये कमर्शियल मैनेजर, आप उसका रोल प्ले कीजिए, वो क्या बोलेगा इसको मालूम है? ओके, आई स्टार्ट विद वन सेंटेंस कि बेटा 30 लाख प्रॉफिट है इस फ्लाइट में, इफ यू डोंट टेक ऑफ ये आपके खाते में जा सकता है ये लॉस, समझे ना, पहला। और क्या बोल सकता है इसको? एनी वन एल्स कैन कमेंट हाउ पीपल।
maybe something on the promotional guidelines. Whatever flying hours the pilot might be having, he might be upgraded as a captain or as a first flying officer.
हाँ, पर आज इवन दिस गाय, ये भी ऐसा नहीं है कि लाइक ही मैंने, हाँ बिल्कुल, बट ही मैं ट्राई टू से कि दिस विल रिफ्लेक्ट, तो इनडायरेक्टली बोलते हैं, बिल्कुल सही बोले यार, दिस दिस कैन रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन योर परफॉर्मेंस। समझ गए ना, शुद्ध अंग्रेजी में बोलेगा उसको वो, आप समझे ना, मतलब उनका जो तरीका होता है। एंड ये हमने फेस टू फेस देखा है, व्हेन वी, वो जो डीजीसी वगैरह में भी एमडीपीज होते हैं ना, उसमें लोगों ने शेयर किया है ये सब भी कि हम क्या करें। वो जो कमर्शियल जो मैनेजर्स होते हैं वो इस तरह की बातें करते हैं। So, उसमें कम टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। उसमें मैं बताता हूँ कितने स्टेटमेंट्स हमें सुनने को मिले थे वहां पे। देखिए पहला, इफ यू कैंसिल दिस फ्लाइट वी विल लूज 30 लाख, कैन यू टेक दैट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, सीधा बोलते हैं वो लोग। दीपक जी ध्यान दी सीधा बोलते हैं, समझे। दूसरा स्टेटमेंट क्या होता है, कम ऑन, इट इज ए माइनर स्नैग, बहुत छोटा है, इससे भी बड़े बड़े स्नैग में हम लोग, वी हैव गॉन, नो प्रॉब्लम बोलते हैं, ठीक है। तीसरा क्या बोलता है वो, वी हैव जस्ट क्लियर ऑडिट लास्ट मंथ, पिछले महीने तो ऑडिट हुआ था, आवर सिस्टम्स आर साउंड, समझे ना। चौथा क्या बोलता है वो, कि अभी तो मेंटेनेंस हुआ था, नोबडी फ्लैग दिस इशू, सो इट इज नॉट ए सीरियस थिंग। देखो कितनी कितनी तरह से वो उसको कर रहा है परसुएड या मैनिपुलेट। अब ये मैनिपुलेशन है कि परसुएशन है, ये बताइए। अब आपका आपका आंसर यहाँ पे है, दिस इज मैनिपुलेशन और परसुएशन, बोलो। इन द आईज ऑफ ए थर्ड पर्सन लाइक यू एंड मी, दिस इज प्योर मैनिपुलेशन, दिस इज प्योर मैनिपुलेशन। व्हाई दिस इज प्योर मैनिपुलेशन? क्यों लग रहा है आपको ऐसा कि मैनिपुलेशन? एंड आई एम गिविंग यू द करेक्ट आंसर ऑल्सो,
अपने
क्योंकि
सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट के लिए कर रहे हो।
वो एक बहुत ही,
और
सर
हाँ ही इज वायलेटिंग ए वेरी वेरी, जो बोलते हैं ना नंबर वन जो वैल्यू सिस्टम है सेफ्टी कल्चर का, कि सेफ्टी अबाउ प्रोडक्टिविटी, उसका वायलेशन हो रहा है। कम नेक्स्ट पे आइए सुषमा, कम टू द नेक्स्ट में, उसके आगे भी आ जाइए, उसके आगे चलिए, ये हो गया, मतलब ये सिमिलर है। अब दीपक जी जस्ट पे अटेंशन टू व्हाट द पायलट्स नॉर्मली विल से इन दिस सिचुएशन, देखिए जरा। सुषमा कम टू द नेक्स्ट प्लीज। पायलट सीधा बोलते हैं, देखिए रेड में जो लिखा है ना, 30 लाख टुडे वर्सेस क्लोजर टुमारो, आया समझ में उसको, जो उसका आंसर होता है। एंड दिस मैंने रियल लाइफ से मतलब नोट किया था अपनी नोटबुक में डीजीसीए में। सेकंड इज, जो बोलते हैं ना एविएशन रेगुलेशंस बोलते हैं कि जहां भी पायलट को सस्पिशन होता है द फ्लाइट विल नॉट टेक ऑफ, और अगर ऊपर जाके उसको सस्पिशन होता है तो यू शुड लैंड एट द नियरेस्ट एयरपोर्ट, राइट। दिस इज रेगुलेशन, ये है अपना तो तीसरा,
पछि भएपछि भात खाइदिएको व्रत त लिने भनेको थियो।
Bring focus back to safety. कि हमारा
हजुर
safety culture does not permit me to take off, sir. Okay, I am not taking off. I am not violating any rule or law. This is हमको सिखाया गया था कि सेफ्टी फर्स्ट हो गया बस। एक सॉल्यूशन और वो देते हैं कि ओके आई विल टेक ऑफ बट यू गेट योर पर्सन फ्रॉम इंजीनियरिंग, एक बार चेकअप कराओ मेरा जल्दी से बोलते हैं। एंड लास्ट में दैट इज वेरी वेरी फर्म, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर एवरी लाइफ, इफ आई हैव एनी डाउट आई विल नॉट टेक ऑफ। बोलो अब आप क्या बोलोगे उसके उस आंसर के बदले में, बोलो। आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर एवरी लाइफ, नॉट यू। करेक्ट। तो होता क्या है, दुनिया आपको मैनिपुलेट कर रही है, द होल वर्ल्ड।
सर कॉमन लैंग्वेज में इमोशनल ब्लैकमेलिंग।
सर इसमें इमोशनल भी नहीं था, हाँ इमोशनल भी था, लॉजिकल भी था। लॉजिकल में उसने बोला 30 लाख टुडे वर्सेस क्लोजर टुमारो, ये तो लॉजिकल था, राइट। कुछ इमोशनल भी होता है कभी कभी, पर लेकिन ये बंदा तो जरा इमोशनल ब्लैकमेल कर ही नहीं पाएगा ना, क्या करेगा। हाँ वो इमोशनल इस तरह कर सकता है, अरे यार वहाँ पे कोई ऐसा भी होगा, कोई सीरियस पेशेंट भी होगा, किसी के यहाँ कोई मर भी गया होगा, वहाँ इमोशनल ब्लैकमेल है, सही कह रहे हैं आप। कहीं पे लॉजिकल ब्लैकमेल है। सो यू हैव टू, अब ये जो आपने पॉलिटिशियंस की बात करी, दीज पीपल आर डूइंग व्हाट, नॉट परसुएशन, समझे ना। ये मैनिपुलेशन होता है इनका। आपको पता है द वे दिस पार्टीज वर्क टुडे, ऑल दी पार्टी, हम एक पर्टिकुलर पार्टी की बात नहीं हो रही है, मतलब आज की मतलब किस लेवल पे थिंग्स हैव कम। ठीक है सुषमा, यू कैन कॉल सुमित जी अगर आ गए तो, टाइम भी हो रहा है। क्या हुआ, इज नॉट देयर?
Sumit sir is in meeting.
अरे उनका ही तो टॉपिक था आज, इतना अच्छा है। Okay, then ठीक है, if you're not there, because I think everyone has shared, everyone has commented, everyone has given wonderful opinions, especially our friends Mr. Mumtaz ji, Deepak ji, Suresh Menon ji। आपका कोई और from your side, if there is someone willing to contribute to this discussion, or we wind up now?
Anyone has any questions?
अभी चलो ग्रेनेड, ये ठीक है। नाउ वी डोंट नीड टू गो टू ऑल दिस नाउ।
Okay.
ठीक है ना, बिकॉज ठीक है ना, पीपल आर थ्रू यार, हो गया ना डिस्कशन, एक टॉपिक था पर्टिकुलर, एंड इसे कहाँ तक हम स्ट्रेच करेंगे, जरूरत भी नहीं है स्ट्रेच करने की। बेसिकली टू बी, वी आर नॉट हियर टू गिव सॉल्यूशंस, वी आर हियर टू, all of us, nobody can give solutions to a specific problem. What we can suggest is, these are the ways and means of uh, attacking the problem, basically.
Yes, sir.
So I think thank you from my side to all uh, the participants who
Thank you, sir.
participated.
Thank
Yeah,
you for your engaging and thought-provoking presentation on human dynamics in effective teams. Your valuable insights and expertise have been given us a deeper understanding of the importance of teamwork. We appreciate the time and effort you invested in sharing your knowledge with us. Your presentation was truly informative and inspiring. Thank you so much, sir. Moving ahead. ICS is pleased to provide you all its research and development, integrated management system, excellence in education management, ISO made easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, Hindi. These are the books which we have. If anyone wants to purchase, please contact the below. feedback form. Please register on www.sadgunsang.org and go in your login and give the feedback. We officially close today's Sadgun Sang. Thank you for being a part of today's Sadgun Sang. Thank you so much.